I got my dream scooter. I got the Honda Elite. One of the world's greatest creations. This is the holy grail for me. I finally got the scooter I wanted after 3 years of waiting. It's a big deal. And that being said, I never thought I'd be thrusted into the world of scooters. Now that I have it though, we can start an entirely new series on this channel of me upgrading this scooter, testing parts, and trying to make this thing an absolute ripper. And that leads me to the parts I already bought to start upgrading this thing. Shout out to Scooter Swap Shop for having like all of the cool stuff for this scooter. That's where I'm gonna be shopping from now on. Amazon was cool, but this thing deserves actual like name brand parts, some quality stuff. So go ahead and check out Scooter Swap Shop. If you don't know what it is, you're missing out. So for the Elite, I'm starting out with the CVT upgrades. We got the Polini high-speed variator kit, and then the NCY rear clutch. Along with that, I got a new belt. So my goals with this scooter is actually to build it to go over 70 miles an hour with me on it. That's a lot to ask, but I think it's possible. I know people are building them to go that fast, so I don't see why we couldn't do the same thing here. Goal number one. Goal number two is actually to learn how to wheelie appropriately. Now, this is a thing that I've tried to do in the past. I'm terrible at it. My brain doesn't seem to like allow me to get to the balance point without, you know, feeling like I'm gonna completely fall on my face or my back. First things first, we gotta take this thing out and get some baseline numbers. The plan is to run the speed app on the GoPro and on my phone to get kind of just a good idea of what the actual speed is. I don't understand why, like for real, why more people don't own these things. These are perfect in every single way. They're cheap to maintain. They have, it's basically just a smile machine because you got a giant smile on your face the entire time you're riding this thing. Look at it, we're ripping. See how good we are at wheeling? Oh God, I'm already scared again. Freaking myself out. Dude, my brain does not want to lean back. It does not want my body back here. Oh my God. See, I lean forward into it because I'm scared. There we go. There we go. That's progress, ladies and gents. I know it doesn't seem like much, but when you're just starting out, just doing this, you know, for the first time, it's creepy, it's freaky. Hey, that's better. Also took note of the last video. Somebody said keep your fingers on the brake. Duh, seems like an obvious idea, but like I said, I'm beginning. You know, not thinking about it. But this scooter, even like, it allows me to wheelie so much better. Like obviously that 50cc Tao, it just wasn't gonna happen. There's no guts. And without knowing how to wheelie in the first place, like I wasn't doing myself any favors. At least having a little more power, a little more snap, just allows me to like get that front end up without like yanking so hard.
Oh, pause.
See, went too far, freaked myself out. I just tried to power it out. Let's try a couple more and then we're gonna go get a top speed run on this thing. Hey, come on, there it was. Oh, I'm so happy that I can do it even for a little bit. Yeah, scared myself. My feet came up. See that? Hey, that one felt good. Hey, come on, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna end it on that, on a high note. Okay, let's just start from 0. Nobody's coming. Should be fine. All right, here we go. It's so much quicker off the line. Top speed run, here we go. 35 miles an hour on my phone. I'm gonna take that as probably the more accurate number. And it's a nice round number. It's a magic number.
And that's a magic number.
Huge fan of that. I'm gonna let the scooter cool down for a second because it's probably real hot and I don't really want to dig into doing CVT work while it's a bajillion degrees. Let's take these parts out and take a look at them quick. Show you what I got. Belt. Ooh, high quality. These say what they are. Yes. 6.9 grams. Looks like it's kind of gross, like dirty maybe. Not like used, but like somebody drooled on it or something. Let's just put that all back. Cool. Looks sweet. Shiny. This is the part that I'm kind of interested in though. So I guess the way that this like moves is different than like a normal one. Like the twists has like smoother ramps or something to help with high speed. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it that well, but I guess we'll find out. We know that it does 35 miles an hour right now, and we'll see, you know, as far as acceleration and top speed, if any of these change it, so. Airbox is a little oily, huh? Oh God. Save that. Hopefully that doesn't come apart later. Look at that. Falling over. Got it. Nice. Whoa, weird. So you can see that it's not like riding all the way up the face on this thing. Well, and I think that has something to do with the size of the actual variator other than the other part, but this face, you can see where the belt stops, allowing it to actually rev higher, or I guess just allow the belt to go this extra, you know, what is that? It's a ½ inch at least. Get this belt off. This belt is definitely, yep, the Honda belt. I bet this is the stock one. Time for a new one. Oh, this whole thing, it's gonna feel like a whole new machine. Oh my gosh. It's like coffee grounds. Look at how much belt is in here. Wow, this thing needed to be gone through for real. Not really any flat spots on them, so that's nice to see. It wasn't even riding all the way up the face on this thing, so it definitely had room for improvement with this scooter. So hopefully we notice quite a bit of a difference. Perfect. Oh, these parts are dirty. Whoa. I'm gonna use some brake clean in there and get that all cleaned out. It's not perfect, but it's better. To do this on your own, you want to stand on both sides of this thing, get your socket on there, and just go for it. Just like that, because the contra spring is behind it and it would blast it up into your face if you don't do it. So yeah, that's how you do that. It's actually pretty easy. So we're gonna need this piece, we're gonna need the clutch pads, and they look sad but usable. Put the old nut back on here, and we're gonna save this because it does work. So, you know, if we ever want to take it all the way back to stock. So I'm gonna get this back down, and you just kind of push it and hope you can get your feet on it without it flying up and hitting you in the mouth. Try not to mess up any of those threads. It helps if you just kind of go slow, and then you can get the nut on. Okay, and then you don't have to worry so much about your feet, but and we're back on. All right, and that is the new rear clutch setup. Okay, so putting it back in is just like taking it out. So you just slip it on. Boom, bang. Then you're gonna just tighten it down a little bit. Give it a little loogie. Don't go crazy. Just give it enough sets of roller weights. And my plan is to use 3 of each right off the bat, just to see what happens. I don't know this thing enough to know that like the heavier weights are gonna be the thing to do and the lighter weights are gonna be the thing to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and put half of each in there. And I think, I mean, at least we know technically it's a happy medium, I guess, as far as just putting them in there. So mentally, you know, it might not like this weight setup. So we don't know yet. When you put them in, you want to go every other slot. And then you want to take out these little fellas. And these go on this piece here. I bet the big side goes back. So this thing has kind of a lip on it. Like you fit it in the lip. and I'm putting the big side back. So it only fits really one way. Like if you put it this way, it'll sit. It won't, well, I guess it will fit. But it looks weird. So like, see how there's a little gap here. So you want to put the bigger face this way. You'll see it. If you buy the parts, you'll understand. Okay. And then you just drop it in there. Boom. And this fella, stick in here. Just like that. It's ready to go in. You kind of want to keep your fingers on it, like sandwich it. That's usually a safe bet, is just sandwiching it and then getting it on there and then sliding it as far back as possible, because that'll keep all the rollers in there a little nicer so they don't fall out. I forgot to grab the belt. We want to get the belt on. The belt, putting the belt on is always tough, so don't feel stupid for not getting it for a little bit. So this face just goes back on, super easy. Just, it's the same way that you took it off, just do the reverse. So nothing crazy there. Now I'm just gonna end up putting all the parts back on, all the plastics, just do everything in reverse. So the way you took it off is the way you should put it back on. We got everything installed now, so we're gonna take the Elite out for a rip. Once I get everything else put back together, of course. We got a mess here. Oh boy, all right. Let's try and rip this thing. Feeling we're gonna have to play with the weights a little bit, but we got the scooter all the way put back together with the new variator and the new rear clutch. We're gonna take it for a cruise and see the difference in top speed and acceleration, see if we can feel any difference there. I'm gonna have the GoPro and the cell phone running like the first time that I went out and rode around, and hopefully we can see some improvements, see if there's anything that changes. So it should be just fine. Because it's revving way higher before it takes off now, which is fine, just not as like it was before. So let's see what happens. Check top speed. Definitely making noise now.